I know a lot of people like to discredit Fancy Maselli in the Gypsy Rose Blanchard world, but she was actually one of the first people to receive some medical documents and go over them, and she actually does know a lot about the case, especially now that we're actually seeing stuff come out with all the Foia stuff. I'm going to let you hear a live stream where Rod Blanchard, Gypsy Rose's dad, jumps on there, and him and Fancy are going back and forth, and it's really telling about how much he lied about. And everything that Fancy said during that live, which was recorded over a year ago, way before the Foias came out, she knew exactly what she was talking about because everything checks out. So this may be long, but listen to it because he's in full defense mode and he is lying through his teeth.
At all for many years. But I remember her being.
And why is that, Rod? Why did you never go for visitation, Rod?
And I was busy working life. You know, we tried to make a trip. She was maybe 17, 18.
So you willfully did not participate in your daughter's life because you were working, and I get that. But sir, then you can't sit here and tell me that you lived it because you didn't. You were offshore, and you have no idea what Deedee, nor Christy, nor Gypsy, nor any of the other family members were doing back home. You yourself have admitted that you never ever went to a doctor's appointment, not one time. You never questioned her. You never took her to court for anything except for the one time where you disputed some of the medical charges. I think she told you the truth, Rod, and I think you believed that because it was the truth. And I think now they are changing the narrative because it doesn't fit.
Fancy. She thought about killing her mom.
But why, Rod? Why? She started thinking about killing her mother all the way back to 2011, sir, when she shot her with a BB gun 10 times.
Yeah, because she wanted to get away from her, man.
For what reason, Rod? Why didn't she just leave? She was in 2011. She was over the age of 18. Why didn't she call you? Why didn't she just leave, Rod? She knew.
I don't know. I can't. She was probably scared shitless to get caught again, man.
And Rod, no, the cops never brought her home. Do you understand that? The cops have never been called to bring her home. She willfully walked out of Dan's roommate's house and went home with your wife because with your ex-wife because your ex-wife told her that she wanted the drugs that she stole, the money that she stole, and she told her if she returned home with her, she would go ahead and allow her to have the relationship with Dan. No police ever brought your daughter back. The only time that the police were ever involved was in 2009 when a nurse that worked for Dr. Steele supposedly called in a welfare check. 2 officers and 2 CPS workers went out to the home. They spoke to Gypsy. They saw an ID that proved that Gypsy was over the age of 18. Deedee provided them with medical records that showed that she did have some of the developmental delays and the actual physical ailments that she had. Gypsy told them that nothing was wrong, and Gypsy did not leave. They gave her the opportunity to leave that day, and she did not. She could have walked out of there with the police that day, and she chose to stay because she wanted to continue in the con, Rod. I'm sorry. The only time she decided it was no longer suiting to her and decided to unalive her mother is when her mom told her she could not be with boys. Men, lots of them, Rod, lots of them. We have proof of this.
The cops didn't get her or nothing. You know, Deedee got her back home, and she was scared.
No, she didn't have to go home with her, Rod. Why wouldn't she have just? Why didn't she call the police that day? They would have come out and verified her ID.
I don't know. I can't answer that. That's a good question.
Exactly. You can't answer that. That's the problem. She had every opportunity to leave, and she did not. So I do not believe that abuse is the motivating factor for the reason that she killed your wife. I believe your ex-wife. There is many other reasons that we believe is a motivation for this, sir.
Well,
and I can show them to you. The investigators did not continue to investigate after your daughter took a plea deal. They were instructed by Dan Patterson to stop investigating. They already had a confession from her co-defendant. They did none of the investigating, and the officers in the case said that they were investigating a long financial fraud, get to take this to trial because they believed they had evidence to prove why this was done, and it had nothing to do with abuse. You and HBO, your wife, Gypsy, all changed that narrative, and you have lied to the public for 9 years. Not you specifically, I don't think, but your wife and your child have. Your daughter even is calling her out in front of her. Can you not see the writing on the wall, Rod? She's a very disturbed girl, and she needs help. You're denying that she has medical conditions. You're denying that it has anything to do, that she has any medical conditions related to the chromosome disorder. And do you understand, for the health of your grandchild, that is rather dangerous.
I don't think Gypsy has any medical conditions.
Rod, she has medical conditions. She's taking medications. She has conditions from this, Rod. They're proven in her medical records. What are you talking about?
She got a full
Rod,
checkup.
Rod, can I ask you a question? Can you please go to Rarechromo? Please go to rarechromo.org. Type in the microdeletion of the 1Q21.1 that she has, and look at the 11 or 12 page document that they have. If you do so, it lists every single one of Gypsy's conditions throughout her life as being part of this type of disorder, sir. And it has varying levels of degrees of severity.
Now, after you've heard that, either number one, her family, including Rod, has done research and they are just denying it and they don't want to talk about it. Or number two, they were at the time having Gypsy live under their roof and probably locking their doors at night, which I don't blame them. I'm pretty sure they're glad Gypsy is out of their house at this point. But what do y'all think? I thought that was a very telling interview and everything that Fancy said was correct. It was actually very much longer than that, but if you want to go listen to the full thing, I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. It was really old. It was from over a year ago. So what do y'all think in the comments about that? Because I think Rod is just in denial.